ここがいい。
No.
ここにいたい。
Wow. Oh, they're all so confused. I am all so confused. Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kaylee and I'm back with some more Windbreaker today. Last episode was just full of very feel-good emotional moments. So the group has now returned from their fight with Keel, and last episode started off with Sakura being sick at home with a cold. I think last episode was so good at showing how deeply the other characters understand Sakura and what his mindset is and what he's experiencing, because they've been through different elements of it before. They almost understand him better than he understands himself, if we're being honest. We saw Suo and Nire go check on him and bring him some gifts and food and drinks and all of that from the class. And Suo just had such a good understanding of it not being the right time to push Sakura too far. And he had a really good metaphor about how if you don't know how to use certain tools, they're not at all helpful for you. Like if you were to hand somebody a cell phone and they had no idea how to use it, it would be really challenging for them to learn how to use it in order for it to help them. So it wouldn't really actually be that big of a help. It would actually be more of a nuisance. And in this case, the cell phone to Sakura is just like a community, a group of friends, a group of people that want to be there to help him, because he doesn't know how to navigate those relationships or those dynamics. It becomes more of a problem for him than it is an actual help. I did enjoy the moments between Sakura and Kotaha just because I do think that she has this way of breaking down his walls and barriers, and because she was the first person that he kind of met when he got there, I think the way that she communicates with him just lets him open up and be more of himself. And then of course he had that long talk with Kaji, who is so similar to him. And the more you learn about Kaji, you learn that his background is actually quite similar to Sakura's. And a lot of the things that Sakura is experiencing now, Kaji experienced when he first came to Furin. I love that now he's got this mentor that can maybe help him through this process. And then it ended with Umemiya eavesdropping and essentially adding in some wisdom about just going at it with everything he's got. Overall, it was a very feel-good episode. Not a lot of action, not a lot of things happening, but I still really enjoyed it. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and hit subscribe. If you want to check out the uncut version of this reaction, it'll be over on Patreon, so I'll put that link in the description box below. But now let's jump into the episode.
気づけばずっと綱渡りをしてる。
Oh no.
自分が自分であることを認められる道幅が。だから何があってもここから落ちるわけにはいかない。誰も助けてはくれねえんだから。緊張も息苦しさもなく、落ちることにも怯えない。楽に立てる場所があるのなら、俺は。
And he's found that place.
さくらさん、今日もお休みでしょうか。
Okay. First appearance after the fight.
おはようございます。今日も休みかと思って心配してたんですよ。どうしたんですか、さくらさん。やっぱりまだ体調戻りきってないんですか。
だから大丈夫。思いっきり飛び込んでこい。
お前らに言いたいことがある。
What is it?
俺はずっと今までおまけに自分に腹が立ったことをお前らに当たり散らすようなやつだ。そんなやつが級長でがっかりしたと思う。でもそれが俺なんだ。この間みたいにきっとまた迷惑をかける。だからごめん。
Their response is just gonna be so touching. I already know.
さくらさん。
Okay. I actually love Sugishita.
てめえさくらこの野郎。ふざけたこと言ってんじゃねえぞ。つうかお前自分のダセえとこ白状した風だけどよ。お前が不器用でめんどくせえオラオラ野郎だってのは。
We knew all these things about you already.
クソ真面目に悩んでるやつを見てどうしてがっかりするんだよ。
Sugisha's like, I
俺たち
don't
に当
care
たり
about
前の
this.
ようにしたことをふざけんな。そんなやつがここにいるわけねえだろうが。
The show is so it's so good at these very emotional moments and making them visual. It's just, I love it.
ここがいい
No.
ここにいたい
Wow.
いやそれにしたってうちの球長は俺らのこと分かってなさすぎる
That's totally fair. You know what I love about this show? I feel like it has all of the cool like fighting elements, and to be fair, I feel like the Shish Torin Furin fights from season 1 were honestly some of my favorite like choreographed fights I've seen in anime. Like they were just so good, but I think the reason they were so good is because there is so much emotion behind them, and like the fighting doesn't feel unnecessary. It feels like it's part of everyone's story, of everyone's growth, and they all have their own reasons and they all have their own perspectives on it. And even like when you got to like the Choji backstory, it just was all so dynamic and like robust in terms of storytelling. So I really love that about this show. It just, I don't know, it adds so much to the story.
今日放課後みんなで飯食いながら親睦会をやるぞ
絶対お前飯食いたいだけだろ
さくらくんの食べたいものでいいと思うよ
俺の食べたいもんオムライス
おういいじゃないかじゃあ店はポトスだな
I wonder if he wants to go there because he really likes omelet rice, or if he's going there because he wants to be there.
ニレくんどうかしたの
何ですか
さくらくんが弱気なこと言えば割って入るのに
ちょっと今日はぼーっとしてしまいました
I wonder what's wrong with him.
人数分のオムライス作れたさくら
おう
体調はもういいの
昨日は悪かったな 器は今度返しに来る
何あんたまだ熱ある
See, I feel like this is why they get along so well.
主役
さくらも自分のダセーとこ白状したし俺らもダセーとこ
He's gonna be so embarrassed by her hearing that, I feel like.
いいぜじゃあ高梨からな実は俺虫がダメなんだ
I love this.
お化けが怖いね
I like how Sakura opened up and told them like the most vulnerable things about himself and like really stepped out of his comfort zone, and they're like, I'm scared of ghosts and bugs. Not quite the same energy, but I appreciate the effort nonetheless.
みんな同じだってみんな弱いところも
そんなそうちゃんは何に弱いの
俺はまんじゅうが怖いかな
そうちゃんそれ落語でしょ
いや思いつかなくて、ね、
I couldn't think of anything as
で
crazy.
もそうさん納豆が嫌いなんじゃなかったですか
誰にそんなデマ聞いたの
I was gonna say he's got this encyclopedia of everybody. What is natto? I gotta look. Is it food made from fermented soybeans? So he's scared of food. That's okay. But again, we're not matching Sakura's energy here, but
納豆ある
あるわけないでしょ
oh my gosh. I like how they're like, we found out a weakness and now we're gonna exploit it.
巣を押さえてろ
Oh? They're all so confused. They're like, was that a laugh? I am all so confused.
だから言ったでしょあんた風鈴選んで正解だったよよかったじゃないさくら
さくらたち来てるじゃん
Aw.
もしかして全員いる盛り上がってる
Don't
な
go in. Just let.
何話してんだろ今回は絶対
Yeah.
行くな
Okay, cool. What was that? What was that? I can't tell if he's like stunned by her beauty or if it's something else.
そんなことよりこれ何の集まりなんだ梅宮の方針でいろいろなやつと話せるように定期的に懇親会を開くことになってんだ所属関係なく全員が全員とつながれる
I like that he's so passionate about these plans.
いろんなやつに野菜の成長を見てほしい
Yeah, this feels like a way to show off his garden more than anything, but I actually love that, so. Okay. Are we gonna have some interaction?
はえやけにタッパが
やっと会えたわ
声沸騰うわ男
さくらさん
こんなんでも一応みんなと同じもんついてんだよ
I love this representation.
何よりもその外見 私超好き。その目と髪色めちゃイカす。服も素材を生かす。
No, truly, he's literally so cute. I don't know why he had so many people bullying him for the way he looks. Like,
何も思わなかったのかい？うち男子校だよ。うるせえ。
oh.
いるからいるんだろうとし
Well,
か
I
思
didn't
わな
think
かったん
about
だ。
that actually, that they are an all boys school. Yeah, no, that's a great point because I've seen this character before and have not once ever been like, oh, that's weird. It's an all boys school. Not once did I think that. But again, like I didn't have a lot of insight into what the rest of the school operations were. So at some point they probably did say it's an all boys school, but it didn't cross my mind.
別にただ少しびっくりしただけだ。その格好が悪いわけじゃねえし、謝ることもねえ。
Aw, that's really nice for Sakura.
もう超素直、超いい子。
さくらさん。
To be fair, I feel like, oh, we're getting new character introductions. Okay. To be fair, I feel like Sakura is the perfect person to understand this, right? Like people looking at you with questions or intrigue because of the way you look, because I feel like that's just been a big part of his past trauma. And like, it was definitely a big part of the first season. So I feel like he's the perfect person to be understanding and accepting of this.
この子たちはうちの自責ちゃんたち。こっちがお兄ちゃんの榊清流で。こっちが弟の榊瓜生。天然のおしゃれさんだ。そんな
I love them.
さくら困るじ
A
ゃん。
natural born
私は見られるの
fashionista.
好きだけど。食ってくれ。
Of course, it cannot be an Umemiya led gathering without food.
私も食べる。おいしい。出し加減最高ね。いくらでも惚れ直せるわ。
美味しいですね、さくらさん。
Oh.
さくらくんは人の行為が醸し出す仕草や雰囲気に敏感で、なので椿さんの梅宮さんに対する雰囲気に反応してしまったのかと。
うちの奴らはみんな
Oh no.
いやもう。
Suo outed her.
私の気持ちにまっすぐ反応してくれてありがとう。
Oh, that's actually so sweet because I bet the typical reaction to everyone, like they all know that she has these feelings for Umemiya and they probably brush it off because they're like, ah, it's never gonna happen. Like, oh, it's just like a silly crush, whatever. And he's reacting so honestly as if he would anyone saying those things to somebody else. So I feel like that's probably the most quote unquote normal reaction, even if it's over the top. And that probably feels really nice.
あそこまだ行ってたのか。
ええ。じゃあ梅、私たち行くわね。
なんだよ。
さくら。私とデートし。
Oh.
デート。
I feel like the whole purpose of that was to get the reaction. So that I'm correct, I did look it up, and TSUBAKI goes by he, him pronouns, so I will be using those. Love that character so much, just for the representation aspect, but then also, again, I think when you're like outwardly different or not quote unquote normal, it's what many people think you should be. The way that Sakura is also not quote unquote normal. I feel like they can probably relate to each other in a lot of ways, so I love that. I also love that he's just like trying to push Sakura to be embarrassed. It's very cute, it's very fun. Another really nice like feel-good episode of Sakura having this immense character growth, like finally accepting that this is a place where people are there to support him and be friends with him, and they have this network and this bond with each other that goes far beyond just like fighting. And like this inner monologue of him on the tightrope and then finally being brave enough to step off and be embraced by Furin. And then like the laugh was just so cute and endearing. I love seeing them all come closer together. I also love that Kotaha is just witness to all of this happening, right? Like all of these moments where they're being vulnerable and sharing their weaknesses or their fears and like giving Sakura all of this really good insight into like you're not the only person who has these parts of yourself, we all do. I love that she's there to kind of witness it all and see how far he's come, and she gets to kind of revel in that of like, I knew this would be a place that would help you grow. And so I just really appreciate their relationship, whether or not it turns into something romantic. I think they understand each other so deeply, and the way that they communicate is so, I don't know, perfect in the sense that that she knows what buttons to push, but also knows how to get a message through to him, and he is way more willing to accept it from her than maybe a lot of other people. The one thing that was kind of mentioned in this episode that we didn't really have an answer to was what is wrong with Nire. And it was definitely obvious that there is something wrong with him. He's feeling some type of way and we don't know why. So hopefully that gets answered maybe next week. But ultimately, I'm assuming that we're going to start ramping up into whatever the main storyline for this season is going to be, something to do with Endo probably. And I'm not sure if what Nire is feeling is going to play into that, but we'll see. But thank you so much for watching. If you want to stick around, go ahead and hit subscribe. The uncut version of this video will be over on my Patreon, so I'll put the link in the description box below. And I'll see you guys next time for another episode of Windbreaker. Bye.